Welcome back for the back nine. Hole 10 is a 313-foot open shot. Pick whatever you want to throw. I'm throwing a Thunderbird, and I just throw it into the ground. Michael's throwing his Destroyer, and just gets a little too much hyzer on it. I'm just trying to get close on this upshot with my P2s, and I just throw it to the ground. I'm going to have a tough par save into the headwind. And Michael with his KC AVR just nails the basket. And for my par save, I'm happy because I got lucky and missed left on that one for sure. Hole 11 is 269 feet with 3 different options. You can take the up the gut shot like I am throwing with my TL. There's also a big hyzer right and left of the basket around the trees. Michael will be taking the left side hyzer with his Thunderbird. Try to throw a nice forehand and just throws it a little too low, and he'll have a tricky upshot with the pine tree right in front of him. And he hits those trees. And trying to save his par, just hits the front of the basket again. And I got in my head with the headwind here, and that was just awful. I take a 3, Michael takes a 4, on to hole 12. Hole 12 is a 161-foot dog leg left. I'm throwing a Firebird on a big hyzer, and just trying to get it sweeping as far left as I can. And Michael's throwing a Rock X3, trying to do the same thing. Michael goes a little far, and will have a little bit of a putt. Just throws it short. And my disc is right next to the basket, so I will be tapping in for my birdie. Michael taps in his par. Hole 13 is 191 foot. Just trying to pick a gap and hit the slope. I'm throwing my Rock X3. Michael's also throwing his Rock X3. I go a little too straight. Michael goes a little too much right. And now I'll have a tricky on this slope putt. I hit the cage, and I get lucky that it doesn't roll away too far. And Michael, for his first birdie of the day, knocks it down. Good job, Michael. And I will be trying to get my par, and I save my par. Michael's at even, and I'm at -6. This hole says it's 202 feet, but I don't believe that. Michael throws it into the tree. It's probably a little shorter than that. With his pig, I'm throwing my Nova. And I just turn it over and throw it into the ground. Michael's just trying to get close with this approach. He still has a tricky approach because this basket is very guarded. He hits one of those guardian trees, and he'll have still a little bit of a putt. I'm trying to hit this narrow gap with my P2. I hit the basket, and I get a roll away behind the basket. Really disappointed with this hole by me. Michael with a nice par save. I'm trying to save my par, and I have no idea what I did there. I just had like minor twitch with my arm, and I just launched that thing. And I have a huge bogey save, thankfully. But first bogey of the round. Michael's at -1. I'm at -5. Hole 14 is 345 feet. And it is a big like S. Your first shot is kind of a placement shot. We're both trying to throw hyzer forehands, and we both missed the gap we were trying for. I'll have a crazy turnover with my Rock X3, and I put it right under the basket. That was an awesome approach by me. I was really pumped about that. Michael does not have that gap because he is too blocked off, so he has to go over the top. And we will see where he lands after this. And for his par save, just hits Mr. Right. He bogeys. I tapped in my par. Next hole is 408 feet. You have anything to the right is jail. and you're just trying to keep it open. I'm trying to throw a big old Annie with my destroyer, and Michael's trying to do the same thing. You just want to stay left pretty much, because if you stay left, you might have a look at it. I pinched myself off a little too much, try to get through the guardian trees with my stingray, and I hit the guardian trees. I missed Michael's approach, but he did the same thing, and that was for his par. And I just have to put it close because I have nothing, and we both are tapping in bogeys. That's a disappointing hole by both of us. Hole 17, a 236-foot shot to the right. As you can see, very disappointed with that one. And Michael puts it right next to the basket. I'm trying to throw an approach out my pig here, and just throw it to the ground. Really just a tough stretch to end my great round I was having. I try to make a bit at it, but really got nothing. Michael trying to get a birdie here, and he knocks it down. Great shot, Michael. And I took a 4. He takes a 2. Hole 18, a 414-foot downhill shot. Michael's throwing his Mystere. Just throws it a little too low. I'm throwing my Destroyer. I just choose the wrong Destroyer. A little bit too flippy for the wind. Should have picked one up a little bit stability with my Destroyers. Michael with his rock, just trying to throw it close. Honestly, gives it a nice run. He's a little bit past the basket. I'm throwing my Nova, trying to throw it in, and not even a good bid. I was trying to beat Michael's high score on this course, but he hits a nice putt for par. I tap in my par. I end at -3. Michael ends at even. Thanks, everyone. Like and subscribe. See you next time.